Hey, this is Dr. Jason, and I'm actually coming from my backyard right now. And we're doing some work in our backyard, getting ready for the fall season. So it's October 2nd, I think, today. And probably my favorite month because October is my birthday, and I love the fall, especially coming from New York where we get all the awesome colors in the trees. But I wanted to give you a look into our backyard and show you kind of how you can live inexpensively but eating really healthy. Because I mean, when we get patients in the office, hey Kevin, I see you joined. We get patients in the office, and the most common question we get is, how do you eat healthy on limited budgets or not spending tons and tons of money? And so we're kind of doing this at our home in our backyard, and we can show you how to do it. So I figured we actually just had some cleanup in the last 2 weeks on our backyard, and we put in a garden probably a couple years ago, and I'm going to show you exactly how that was done. I'll flip the camera around here in a second, and to show you how it's done. And we have several ways right now that we're actually growing so that we can kind of feed our family. And the last time we did this, we didn't have a garden in the last year, only because it was so hot down here over the summer. I'm from New York, and I don't like to complain about the heat too much because I love the heat coming from the cold, but this summer was scorching hot down here in Florida. And so I see a lot of cool DCs like Yamari's jumping on. So guys, if you want to take this information and pass it out to your patients as well, please do that. Do this in your own houses. I'm going to flip the camera around here and show you exactly what we're doing. So, and this is what I have so far. So this was actually put in a couple years ago, and I actually had someone help me do it because I am not the most handy person in the world, but I wanted it done. So we have 4 boxes in my backyard. They are literally about 4 by 8 roughly. Now we're in Florida, so clearly we have a thing down here with sand, and you're not going to be growing tons of vegetables, even though you can do it, but it takes a lot of work, a lot of time. If you don't have a lot of work or don't have a lot of time, then you're going to want to do it this way. So these are technically raised beds. Now underneath there's some black tarp or like screen paper way underneath, and then on the outside, obviously, because we have some good grass in our backyard here, but under here obviously I don't want grass coming up, so we have mulch down over the black plastic, and then the beds are completely separated because I don't want the actual vegetables getting involved with the black plastic and things like that. So that's way underneath. But then on top, we just had this done this past weekend, and on top we have a combination of organic soil that we put in. You can get organic soil from a lot of different places. You can buy it, you can go out into the country depending on where you live and put it in yourself, or we actually got some potting soil from our local nursery. They have really cheap organic soil. We put that down, and then on top, I'm gonna come in down here a little bit. It's hard to see, but we actually got mushroom compost from a place here in Central Florida. You don't have to have that. It was really cheap. I mean, pennies for truckloads. So we got that, we put it over. Mushroom compost is really great stuff, but also we'll do some worm castings and worm soup, as they call it. If you don't know what that is, again here real quick. If you don't know what the worm soup stuff is, it's really simple. A bunch of worms you put in the big container, and they give off, it's kind of their excess or material, fecal material, all that different stuff, and it drops in. It's really great for fertilizer. You can also use cow manure or manure from other animals, and it sounds gross, but it works great. And as long as they're not getting fed a bunch of antibiotics and everything else, you're in pretty good shape. So let me turn. So we're gonna have this going probably in the next couple weeks. You can grow beets this for fall for us here in Central Florida. Beets, squash, probably have some tomatoes as well, peppers, spinach, lots of different things like that. Brussels sprouts potentially even. And so this is us getting prepared for our fall growing. And let me tell you, this is 4 by 8, but 4 by 8 will grow a lot of food, trust me. We feed all of ourselves. My in-laws live about a mile down the road. We'll have tons of food for them as well. We bring some to people who we work with. And let me show you a little bit over here. So don't mind the mess because we're constantly working on our backyard. But here is one of the towers I have going as well. And let me get down in here real quick because there is a nice little green pepper going. So it's a little dirty in there. I got to clean it off. I do that probably once every week or two. And then I actually have to put some seedlings in. So we just harvested a lot of stuff, so I got to get these fixed and put new ones in here. Hey Stephanie, Tanner. But this is a great little green pepper. Let me get back in there. And I can't stand, I despise green peppers. I despise green peppers and I despise onions. I will eat them if they're cooked into something really good, but I will not eat them if I can see them. So the green peppers, my daughter loves them, my wife loves them. I like red, yellow, orange, all that good stuff. But yeah, we have some again. The tower will be going. I have another tower in the background over there. There's some bottles back there because I use a lot of water. We live on a well, so I love that about our house. And we have great water. We turn over here. Again, it's a little messy, so don't mind the mess. I'm always cleaning up around here. And then this is one of my favorites as well. So we have tons of aloe in our backyard. And literally, if I take a piece off and throw it down somewhere, it starts growing somewhere else again. So literally medicine in our backyard. We have orange groves, or orange trees, I should say. But this is probably the best way to feed yourself, feed your family for a fraction of the cost, because quite honestly, everyone says to us, how do you eat organic, or how do you eat so well? You know, we still go to the grocery store and get some stuff from there from an organic standpoint, but we like to grow a lot of our own food, and it's really inexpensive, whether you do buy seed or seedlings. We'll have these 4x8s that I just showed you growing, as well as the tower gardens growing. And that literally, I mean, you know, we're pretty much paleo eaters for the most part. So from a holistic health standpoint, from a chiropractic standpoint, we want our spines taken care of. But if you're going to take in a bunch of toxicity out there, you know, I can adjust somebody till they're blue in the face, but if they're eating garbage, guess what? The subluxation or the misalignment goes back. So what we do is, again, I'm going to turn this around. So Adam, my mom jumped on. That's pretty cool. She'll be down here soon for her granddaughter's birthday. Chris Lynn. So 4x8 garden. I have my tower garden over in the corner that I'm actually replacing because we just yielded, we got some harvest on there. I need to turn it around. And then in the middle, you see a sprinkler. So I live in Florida, and Florida is not short of any water. And so we get rain here all the time. So we live on a well here. So I can run my water pretty much around the clock if I wanted to. I don't do that because I do want to save resources, but that will be on a timer. So the sprinkler's in the middle. The sprinkler will be on a timer, and that will probably go on probably every half hour or so for like 10 minutes or so during the fall. And then that kicks out, that literally covers this whole area that you see here. And that'll keep it going throughout the day because we travel a lot, we're really busy. So I don't always get time to go out here and water. I literally come home though, just so you know, how do we do this? As it gets growing, whether it's the tower or the actual boxes here, which are 4x8s, mushroom soil on top, black liner below, so it's not getting into the actual sand. But we'll come out here at night, like I'll come home from work, we'll both get home, and I'll come out here and literally just go out, clip off the leaves, get some beets, whatever it is for that night. I don't need to keep pulling everything up and leaving it in the fridge. I want to keep it in the ground because that's the best where it comes from. Do very limited washing of it, just rinse off the dirt because, you know, the dirt has good nutrients on it. Actually has essentially probiotics, prebiotics on it as well, if you know things about the soil. So literally that night we'll do it. We'll take it in, we'll put it on the dinner table. Again, we're mostly paleo eaters, so we're doing like lean grass-fed meats, vegetables, pretty low carb. We might have potato here and there, and lots of fat because ketogenic diet is the way to go. You need to burn fat, not carbs. And that's how you lose weight. That's how you get healthier, because carbs, sugar, is the cause of most disease processes, and fat is the most efficient way to run your body. So we go this route. Lots of greens, lots of vegetables, lots of good grass-fed meats, and raw if you can too. We love raw vegetables. We cook them off and on. But I just wanted to show you this one more. This is the most efficient way to do it that we have found, and obviously we're constantly changing, but these are 4x8 boxes. I have some tower gardens as well that are actually hydroponic. And guys, I hope this helps out a lot, and do me a favor, please tell your patients about this, because patients are asking constantly, how do I stay healthy? How do I do this? And you don't need 4x8 boxes. You can do, you can do stuff on your back porch, but it's a lot of fun. And let me give you a quick, brief scan of my backyard. I live on a half an acre. It's pretty wooded, so we have a pretty good amount of space here in a nice suburban community. But I love it. It's a lot of fun. We're constantly working on it. We're constantly get it to work for us. And if you have questions, jump on here, throw them out. Be sure to comment, subscribe to this as well. So efficient, cost-effective, eating as organic as you possibly can, staying healthy. By the way, get that spine adjusted as well, because we all know chiropractic is true healthcare. So guys, we'll talk to you soon. Have a great Sunday. Have a great rest of your weekend. Have an amazing week. Blow up your practices. If you're not in practice, go out and get healthy. Love your job. Do what your passion is. And get your garden growing. Talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.